80 Facts About Crusades Economics in a Few Minutes. Preachers linked vows to money, selling commutations that financed expedition outfits. Urban guilds pledged cash and materials, trading prestige for municipal exemptions. Local economies boomed as smiths forged mail, rivets, stirrups, and spearheads. Grain purchases spiked months ahead, stockpiling calories for Mediterranean crossings. Charters recorded land sales below value to raise fast liquid capital. Families mortgaged mills and vineyards, staking future harvests against outfitting costs. Bishops administered tithe collections, routing funds through cathedral treasuries to ports. Nobles pre-sold plunder shares, issuing IOUs redeemable after campaign returns. Ports created temporary price ceilings on bread to curb embarkation riots. Pilgrim badges doubled as proof of vow payment used at toll gates. Venice negotiated transport monopolies, exchanging fleets for commercial privileges in ports. Genoa offered convoy slots at graded rates by deck position. Pisa specialized in timber logistics, securing masts from Sardinia and Corsica. Freight contracts priced per animal, person, and cubit pace of cargo. Shipmasters advanced provisions credit, recouped via freight surcharges on return legs. Naval treaties bundled troop carriage with naval escorts against corsair interdictions. Port communes exempted crusaders from certain dues, retaining lucrative market stall rents. Maritime insurers experimented with bottom reloans on hulls during risky seasons. Consular courts in Levant handled freight loss claims under written averages. Admiralties standardized victual scales, biscuit, wine, oil, and salted meat rations. Italian notaries drafted commanda partnerships, splitting risk between sedentary and traveling partners. Bills of exchange moved value without bullion, settling across fairs and ports. Templars held deposits and issued drafts, payable in outremer commanderies. The Hospitallers stored specie and grain, acting as fortress granary bankers. Vow redemptions funded hospitals, audited annually with sealed chest procedures. Royal exchequers tracked crusade tallies on wooden tally sticks, split-matched. Jewish financiers extended short-term liquidity despite caps, repayments collateralized on lands. Pawnshops boomed before departures, cloaks, cups, and harnesses became working collateral. Exchange benches quoted rates among deniers, byzants, dinars, and Byzantine hyperpyra. Mint officials clipped and restruck coins to local standards at acre. Castles sat on springs or cisterns, enabling sieges to outlast droughts. Road repairs preceded campaigns, reallocating corvée labor to bridges and causeways. Caravan taxes funded patrols that kept grain trains moving inland. River ferries charged standardized fees per cartwheel and draft animal. Salt distribution preserved meat, turning spoilage windows into march-ready protein. Pack camels alternated with mules by terrain, optimizing fodder to load ratios. Siege lines consumed forests, wood quotas rationed ladders, mantlets, and trebuchet frames. Water sellers contracted daily deliveries to camps, priced by skin volume. Grain mills near camps were guarded assets, equal to towers strategically. Pilgrim markets inside camps licensed bakers, butchers, and smiths under inspectors. Glass houses in coastal cities expanded bottle output for transportable liquids. Sugar plantations appeared in the Levant, exporting loaves back to Mediterranean buyers. Soap boiling scaled with olive imports, supplying fleets and hospitals efficiently. Textile finishing moved near ports, shortening lead times for sailcloth orders. Tanners recycled harness offcuts into straps, maximizing hide utilization rates. Guilds obtained tax holidays for relocating workshops to strategic fortified towns. Spice entrepôts levied ad valorem dues, funding quaid dredging and cranes. Wine presses expanded upland, casks shipped downhill using seasonal river flow. Quarry concessions bundled labor exemptions with obligations to deliver pre-dressed ashlar. Dockyards standardized keel forms, improving part interchangeability across hired fleets. The Saladin Tithe taxed movables at assessed fractions, audited by oaths. Tallage on towns rose during embarkation years, then partially rebated afterward. Crown jewels were pawned with merchants, collateralizing winter shipbuilding programs. Ecclesiastical tenths earmarked proceeds explicitly for transport and siege salaries. Feudal aids converted service into scutage payments, cashing out knight obligations. Royal mints debased briefly to stretch bullion, prices signaled strain immediately. Forest law fines monetized timber rights, crucial for engines and hulls. Toll exemptions rewarded convoy leaders who guaranteed delivery under sworn schedules. Royal auditors cross-checked port manifests against tithe rolls for leakage detection. Embargo clauses paused trade with enemies while licensing neutrals through safe conducts. Marine insurance clauses specified perils, averages, and exclusions for seasonal storms. Convoys staggered departure days, reducing correlated loss from single weather system. Scouts priced routes using water distances, not miles, to plan halts. Beacon chains relayed sightings to ports, triggering rapid harbor closures. Double-ledger bookkeeping separated vow income from victual accounts for audits. Standard weights traveled with officials, recalibrating scales at fairs and docks. Translators earned hazard bonuses, mediating contracts across Arabic, Greek, and Latin. Evidence suggests truce periods quietly reopened trade lanes under discrete licenses. Ransom markets set benchmark prices by rank, notaries recorded installment schedules. Booty division articles allocated shares to shipowners, surgeons, and cooks first. Port layouts persisted, anchoring urban quarters around arsenals and victual markets. Loan forms from Crusade notaries evolved into commercial templates used for centuries. Sugar expertise migrated westward, shaping Mediterranean island plantations significantly. Nautical vocabulary traveled between tongues, standardizing commands across mixed crews. Pilgrim hospitality networks became durable inns, then trade hostels serving fares. Coastal fort depots repurposed as customs houses, collecting harbor tonnage dues. Demand shocks accelerated shipbuilding innovations, influencing Atlantic ventures later on. Archival survivals, rolls, cartularies let historians reconstruct pricing and provisioning rhythms. Evidence suggests credit normalization reduced reliance on bullion for distant settlements. The enterprise professionalized, logistics, audits, and insurance outlived the slogans.